this video, we're going to be learning how to draw a Persian star pattern. To draw this pattern, we're going to need a compass, a ruler, pencil, tape, and tracing paper. To start off, I have a piece of paper and I've drawn a horizontal line that goes through the center of the paper. Find the center of this side of the page and this side of the page, connect the two spots, and then find the very center. I'm going to start off with my compass, and I am going to open it up to 3.5 inches, like this. I'm going to put my metal tip in the center of the page, and I'm going to draw a circle. Taking my pencil and ruler, I'm just going to darken the horizontal line. So we have a circle with a line through the very center. Next, I'm going to take my compass. I'm going to put the metal tip where the line intersects with the circle. I'm going to put my lead tip in the very center. And I'm going to draw about 3/4 of a circle. And I'm going to do that for this side as well. Where the horizontal line intersects with the circle, I'm going to put my metal tip, put my lead tip in the center, and I'm going to draw 3/4 of a circle. Next, I'm going to put my metal tip where the circle intersects with the first circle that we drew. I'm going to reduce the size of my compass so that it's a little more than halfway, like that. And I'm going to draw a mark like that. Without changing the compass, I'm going to put the metal tip on this point where the two circles intersect. I'm going to draw another mark. I'm going to do the same for these 2 points. Now, if we connect these two intersections where these two marks overlap and these two marks overlap, I'm going to connect it with the ruler. And take your time and be very precise. You're going to draw a line that connects them, and it goes through the center of the circle. So what we have here is a circle that's divided into 4 equal parts. We want to divide our circle into 8 equal parts because we're going to draw an 8-pointed star. So the next step, I'm going to take our compass, I'm going to take the metal tip and put it where the vertical line intersects with the circle. And we're going to put the lead tip back in the center of the circle. You want it to be exactly in the center. We're going to draw 3/4 of a circle, like that. We're going to do the same for the top, where the vertical line intersects with the circle. And we're going to draw about 3/4 of a circle. Now, we have these sort of 4 petal shapes that we have created with these overlapping circles. And using that, we are going to divide our circle into 8 equal parts. We're going to connect these 2 petals diagonally. is going to go through the center of the circle. We're going to do the same with these two petals. Now we have a circle divided into 8 equal parts. Next step is we are going to draw 2 overlapping squares. These 2 overlapping squares is what's going to make our 8-pointed star. For the first square, we're going to connect the diagonal lines like this. We're going to connect them where they intersect with the circle. We have our first square. For a second square, we're going to connect the vertical line and the horizontal lines where it intersects with the circle. Now we have our 8-pointed star with these 2 overlapping squares. I'm going to outline the 8-pointed star with a marker. Now we have our 8-pointed star. Next, we are going to draw the arabesque pattern that's inside the star. To draw the arabesque pattern, we're going to be drawing 1/8 of the pattern, and then we're going to be repeating that all the way around. To do that, we're going to mark off 1/8 of the star. So I have marked off 1/8, and the way I did that is I connected this point to the center of the circle and this point to the center of the circle. This is 1/8 of the star, and I'm going to draw a line in the middle as well. I'm going to draw a dotted line, and this is going to be our line of symmetry. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw in a few more lines. I'm going to connect these 2 points with a star. These lines are going to help us proportion our pattern. I'm going to draw another line connecting this point and this point here. Like this, and this point here. Like that. Next, I'm going to start off with drawing a half heart shape that starts at this point here, and then it's going to connect to the red line here and come back inwards to the dotted line. Our heart shape is going to go like this. It's going to touch the red line, and it's going to curve inwards. Like this. You want to make sure to leave some space here so that it's not touching the touching the star. It's going to look like that. We're going to draw a double line. So we want this to be about 1/2 centimeter thick. The top of the heart shape, I'm going to have a line that comes out like this, and then like that. The bottom, we're going to be following, using this line as a guideline. We're going to draw a curved line. So it's going to start out this way and curve inwards and inwards. We're also going to double this line. You want to try to keep everything the same thickness, just like that. Next, over here, inside the heart shape, we're going to draw a little motif. It's going to come out like this, sort of like a leaf shape. Then it's going to come down like that. I'm just going to take a marker and color this in. There we have, this is 1/16 of the pattern. We're going to draw its reflection on the other side. And to do that, we are going to need some tracing paper. I'm going to take some tracing paper and tape it down. We are going to trace the outer star, and we are going to trace the outline of our pattern. Make sure to trace in pencil and draw dark lines. Trace the pattern. Really take your time with tracing and make it as perfect as possible. Once you have it traced, we're going to remove the tape. And we're going to take our tracing paper and fold it. I'm going to match these corners. You want to fold it so that the side that you drew on is on the outside. I'm just going to take a piece of paper and put it underneath so that we can see. So I'm going to turn it over, And I'm going to trace just this part. Once you've traced it, and open it up, and it should look something like this. We are going to fold on this line, and turn it over on this side. Trace again. And fold on this line. Always fold it so that the side you draw on is on the outside. And trace again. And at this point we have half of the pattern. We're going to fold it on this line. Turn it over and draw the rest of the pattern in. These parts here that overlap, we are going to leave it. And I'm going to start by doing one of them like that. So this line is going over this line here. So this line is under, and the next one, we want it to go over. So we're going to erase it like this. If you have an eraser like this, it works especially well. Here it goes under, and then over. So you're just going to alternate like that. It's over, and over here it's going to go under. Over, under, over, under, over, under. I do that all the way around. And then you have this weaving effect that looks really beautiful. One last thing we're going to do is we're going to add a border on the outside. And there we have it. We have our completed pattern. Now we're going to take our tracing paper and we're going to get a clean sheet of paper to transfer it on. A paper here that I want to transfer my drawing to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tracing paper, take the side that I've drawn on, and put that against the paper I'm transferring it to. I'm going to tape it down. Take my pencil and I'm going to trace over the pattern. That's going to do the pressure from tracing over it one more time is going to transfer the lead onto the paper. once you're done transferring your pattern, you can go ahead and paint it or color it in with whatever medium you want to.